Hello and good morning, teachers. We're so glad to have you here, teachers. Welcome to another TT Live session. These TT Live sessions happen weekly here on the YouTube channel. And today I'll be right here with you for this one. This is a very special live session all about slides. Nice to meet you. My name is Andy, and I'll be here with you throughout the day talking about slides, specifically how to create professional slides in just minutes and slides that are truly engaging for your audience. TT's live sessions happen weekly right here on YouTube, so I warmly invite you to come here during the week and join our interactive live sessions. The topics we cover are always different, and these live sessions are actually mentorships, completely free live trainings for dedicated teachers who are interested in creating engaging activities, materials, lessons, slides, and much more using the power of artificial intelligence. We look forward to seeing you there to learn together. In other words, saving us a lot of time in our daily routines. Teachers, a very warm welcome to today's live session. Please leave a like on our live session today so it can reach more teachers. We will also have a certificate for this live session, so the certificate is very important to add to your resume, to share on social media, to show your school's administration that you are keeping up to date and always seeking more knowledge. So the form will be attached in the description of the live at the end of the session. So the certificate will be attached in the description of the live at the end of the session. We will also have a discount coupon in this live session, so stay until the end to receive the discount coupon for the artificial intelligence tool we will be using today. And as you know, teacher, today's live session has the theme, how to create slides in minutes using artificial intelligence. How to create engaging slides in minutes using artificial intelligence. And this live session will be a comprehensive guide on how to actually create, edit, customize, improve, and truly make slides that are engaging for your students. So a very warm welcome to this live session, which will truly be a complete guide on how to make slides from scratch in just minutes. But how do you make your slides engaging? So a very warm welcome to this live session. So if you've ever spent countless hours creating slide presentations, scouring the web for images, organizing content, or trying to adapt and customize those slides for different classes, then this live session is definitely for you. Also, feel free to use the comments if you have any questions. I'll be answering them. In addition, today I'm going to show you this is a comprehensive step-by-step guide on how to transform a lesson topic into a completely ready-made, organized, and visually clear presentation. So teachers, let's be honest, okay? Creating slides can consume a significant amount of your time. You need to structure the content, break it down into specific topics, brainstorm relevant examples, carefully select images, and visually organize the entire slide presentation. And often this happens after saying goodbye, after a whole day of teaching, or even an entire week of classes. So the good news I have for you is that today, TT's artificial intelligence can do most of this work, 100% of it, in seconds. So teachers, today we're going to use this artificial intelligence called TT. It's completely free, okay, everyone? So I told you that we would have a discount coupon, but it's actually completely free. I'm going to show you how you can create everything. With this tool, you can get started for free. So today we're going to transform any lesson topic into a set of slides automatically. We'll organize the detailed explanation for these slides, include step-by-step examples and interactive activities, making them more and more engaging for students. We'll also adapt the slides for different grade levels and edit and personalize our material. So really, it's a complete guide on how to create slides from scratch. Teachers, this is the artificial intelligence we're going to use today. So down here, I put the link. By going to the teach.ai website or by searching for the Teach application on your computer, you will find a link to access the Teach platform. And in just 2 minutes, you can create your account with your email, okay? And when you enter Teach, you'll see this screen. You can follow along with me. So if you want to open it on your computer, go ahead and open it, and we can do it together. And how do we use Teach for free? Well, teachers, as soon as you enter Teach, mine is in English, but it can be in any other language. and you will see it right up here at the top. There is a plus button, which features a small lightning bolt icon, and it is colored bright yellow. This is the specific area where we redeem our daily credits. And you might ask, what are daily credits? Daily credits are these special credits. You can use them within the Teach platform to create any material you want. Essentially, Teach gives you new credits every single day, and you can choose to save these credits for your future projects for an unlimited time, so you can keep saving them for a long time. I have a lot of credits here on Teach because I've been logging in every day. And for every single material you create and every tool you use within the Teach platform, you will use about 100 to 200 credits, meaning every single day you can log into Teach and save up a significant amount of credits to use whenever you might need them. In addition to those methods, there are several other effective ways to earn credits, such as by simply sending out the Teach link to your friends or sharing Teach materials with your colleagues. Furthermore, you can also choose to use Teach in a completely paid, unlimited way for your needs. You can become a premium teacher on Teach. And the coupon I mentioned to you is the special one I have right here, YouTube 10. If you want to become a premium teacher to have unlimited credits forever, all you need to do is apply this specific coupon code right here. You'll become an unlimited teacher, a premium teacher with a full 10% discount on your subscription. It's essential profits if you have a lot of classes, if you need to create a lot of materials, because Unlimited Teach gives you access to the same tools, but in an unlimited way. You don't need to collect credits every day. Well, profis, today our main topic is slide presentations. So here on the homepage, I already have this button here, which is for slide presentations. But by simply clicking right here on More, and then All Tools, you will be able to see that TIT literally has a total of more than 60 different tools to be explored. Today, our live session will be about slide presentations. So I am going to select slide presentations, and I will quickly provide some specific details and information. The required information includes the specific topic, the general subject, and also exactly which class it is for. And we also need to include the total duration of the class. So here I'm going to do an English class. So the slide will be in English because my class will be in English, okay? I'm going to put the topic here, verb. And here, when I write a topic, Titi can give me suggestions. So you can simply click right here to get some helpful ideas, but you can also choose to use the microphone to clearly say the specific topic of your class. So right here, since I will be teaching an English lesson today, I am going to choose the topic verb to be. And this will be specifically for the 8th grade students. The duration of my class will be 50 minutes. And here, everyone, I can select and define the competencies. And here, it's very interesting to point out that Teach covers all possible competencies. At the New American School in Mexico to Colombia and the United States. Here you can input the required competencies and also add your own custom competencies. If your school or district has a different curriculum, you can add those details here as well. You can choose the language of the material. I will choose English. And also add extra details. For example, my class has 15 students, or I have 30 students and 2 students. They prefer more images, so you can include whatever details you want. Oh, add a practical example, it's up to you. Here we have the topics, okay? I'm going to choose the blue theme because I love that color. And by clicking this yellow button down here, the one with the 100 symbol, in just a few seconds, our AI will already start working. Teacher, I'm going to drink some water now, but let me know in the comments what you think of this live stream. Teachers TIT's tools are very fast. This is the biggest differentiator of this artificial intelligence. First, it's made by teachers and for teachers, meaning the materials inside it are reviewed by educators and are completely planned and designed by teachers. So it's a didactic AI where you don't have to worry about the answers because they will follow educational standards and be ideal for your class. But it's also very important to mention that it is very fast. So teachers who use TIT, they can save up to 20 hours of class per week. And 20 hours of class, guys, 20 hours overall, that's a lot. So if you use Teach, you can save 20 hours per week. All of Teach's tools are instantaneous. It's very quick to get things done. So you can create various materials in a very fast way. However, when we create images, that is when we use the slide presentation, and you need artificial intelligence to create images, it will take a little longer. So it's normal that when you create your slide presentation within Teach, it takes a little while, more than the other tools, because it is a much more complex tool. So during that time, you can take the opportunity to have a coffee and come back here. While the slide presentation is being created, and teachers, leave in the comments what you think about this lesson we're talking about. Everything about slides, from beginner to advanced, how to use slides to engage your students. And if you have any questions, you can comment here and I'll be answering, okay? Besides that, our coupon is right here on the screen. So if you want to use a Teach Without Limits, just use the coupon YouTube10, okay? We are offering this coupon with a special 10% discount for you who want to take full advantage and save some extra money. You will receive more than 20 hours of classes per week, and you will also have more than 20 hours of work per week. And in addition, the certification will be in the description of this video after the live ends, okay? So if you want your certificate to post on your social media, to update your resume, to send to your colleagues and to your course coordinator, stay here until the end of this live and then fill out the certificate, okay? While our likes are coming in, I'm going to take a look at the comments. And if you want to do everything we're going to do here with me, just go to teach.ai and we can do it together. I see a lot of people asking whether TIT is free or not. And guys, it is completely free, okay? You can use it completely for free every single day. Just log into your account and claim your daily credits. So if you log into TIT every day, you will get your credits and you can use the service for free. So this tool we're using, it uses 100 credits. And that's basically how it works. So you can log into TIT every day. And whenever you need, you can create a lot of materials, or you can log in every day and create materials within Pitch. There are always plenty of options. So today we're talking about slides that are truly engaging. If you have any questions at all, feel free to leave them in the comments. Okay, so teachers, here is our slide presentation. It's ready. Look at that. Here it is, all set up. And we already have access. So the Teach Editing tool, this powerful Teach Editing tool is absolutely essential for us to effectively customize our various lessons. So let's take a look at our slides here. They are in English because I'm teaching an English class about the verb to be, specifically focusing on English grammar. So that's the main reason the class is in English. Right here, we already have a clear image. We have the agenda, and we have some very important texts. For the structure of the lesson, we also have some fill in the column activities. So here we have the unfilled activity, which our students can complete during the lesson. This is a very good strategy when it comes to engagement with slides. Why is that? Many students are used to seeing slide-based lessons as those uninspiring and monotonous classroom sessions, where they just sit and look at the slides. From time to time, they'll be diligently taking detailed notes, jotting things down, but most of the time, they're just operating on a sort of mental autopilot, not really paying attention to the content or actively engaging with the learning process. Exactly. So having activities, having small moments to break the ice, or moments where you ask your students questions during a slide presentation is very beneficial. So here we have a really great example, which is a column activity where the student has to fill in the columns, and it can be done in various ways. The student can do it individually in their own notebook. The teacher can call a student up to the board to write. Or it can be a group activity where all the students help each other, where small groups of students need to answer each of the questions. So here we have the answer right afterwards. Next, we have more engaging activities like true or false questions. In the same way, it can be done either individually or as an oral activity for everyone. Here we have even more engaging activities for you to explore. And finally, we have a comprehensive final crossword puzzle activity to complete. And as I previously mentioned to all the teachers, truly engaging lessons really need to connect deeply with the individual student. So activities that engage need to be present there. The student needs to be physically present, and they also need to be actively engaged in doing something in order to test their own learning. So how is the student going to self-assess whether they learned or not? Through these engaging activities and through these very important deliberate pauses during the presentations and even during the class itself. So teachers, here we have the crossword puzzle where we have the words that are vertical and horizontal and the answer. In the same way as the other activities, it can be done individually or in groups. It can be a way to assess your students, but it can also simply be a way to engage them and see if the most discussed terms during the slide presentation are really being absorbed, are fundamentally intrinsic to their learning, or if they are perhaps not, or if there was something crucial missing for them to fully understand. And here we have a conclusion. So teachers, here we have our slide presentations in their raw form. We haven't done any editing. We're just take a look at the impressive material that was generated for us in just 2 minutes using TIT's advanced artificial intelligence. Teachers, at this point, it is very important to carefully read through each of the slides, personalize the content, and write, improve, or delete items in whatever way you feel will make your students most comfortable in class. So right here, I am going to show you exactly how the TIT Slides editing tool works. To start, simply select a slide. It could be this slide here, which has a lot of information, and at the same time, it has 2 columns. I think it will be interesting for us to play around with it. And up here, you can see there's an area where you can make edits. You can add text, insert a new image, add a video clip, include a detailed table, add various shapes, or modify the overall visual theme. In other words, you can change the colors or set a background theme for your slide. So here, teacher, by clicking on text, you'll get a text paragraph where you can add information you find relevant. By clicking on the text and then clicking on this little trash can here, you can delete a text if you see that it doesn't make much sense, or if you want to shorten a slide, for example. By clicking on the image icon, you can either choose a specific image or select a fun GIF. So here we already have several image suggestions. In other words, the advanced artificial intelligence will carefully read your material and give you relevant image ideas that make perfect sense with the lesson's overall theme. And also GIFs. In other words, everyone truly loves a fun and engaging class, right? Everyone loves to see something moving in the middle of an explanation. So at certain times, it can be essential and even strategic for your students' learning. So here I'm going to choose an image. I can also choose a video, a table, or add a shape in whatever format I want. Themes. Here I can change the color, that is, change the layout of my slides. So I can apply any theme I want. I can select this theme and the colors will change. As a result, I can continue to perform testing based on my own requirements. And I can also set a background, either a color or an image. And teachers in slides itself, there's a lot you can do. You can easily play around with all the different shapes. You can delete any unnecessary elements, and you can even change the specific colors within the slide to match your brand. Essentially, this entire slide is fully editable and completely customizable to meet your specific professional needs and creative preferences. You can erase elements, and you can insert your text. Teachers, this platform provides everything you could possibly need. It is totally personalized for your classroom. You can add a fun sticker, you can include various images, and right here you can easily upload your own custom image. So if you have a specific image that you want to add to your lesson, you can definitely do that here as well to make it your own. Perfect, right? Hello, class. So this is a perfect demonstration of how these slides can be fully personalized and customized. And if you're enjoying this here, well, leave a comment below letting us know what you think. We're just getting started. So far, we've created one slide using TIT's artificial intelligence. Now that we've learned how to use TIT's editing tools, Let's start creating some highly engaging slides. How are we going to create engaging slides? So right below the slide's name, we have this specific button that features a colorful gradient effect. Beautiful. New slide, new slide. By clicking this button, we have options for types of slides include plain text, text with images, standard bullet points with images, tables, and timelines. We also have quizzes, which we're going to explore today, and crosswords, which we've already seen an example of. Word searches, complete sentences, as well as data. For example, let's start here with text with images. What am I going to put here in English? Here are examples of usage with the verb to be. And by clicking the yellow button, for just 20 credits, almost nothing, our slide will be created in just a few seconds. So teachers, there are many different options for the types of slides you can make. And it is actually incredibly easy for you to quickly create these slides and edit them however you like. You can customize them and further enhance your lesson. So here I have practical examples of the verb to be. My internet is a bit slow, so the photo isn't showing up here. It's not showing up here because my internet is a bit slow today, teacher. So I'm going to click here on new slide and choose another type of slide. I'm going to choose crossword here. So now I'm going to select the crossword option about the verb to be, which is the topic we are currently studying. And teachers, when we talk about truly engaging slides, we must always keep in mind that truly engaging slides and effective presentations are those that include interactive activities and practical examples where students can really use their skills, specifically the skills they've just learned. So right here we have a fun crossword puzzle for everyone. And it actually has 6 different words to find, which are am, are, been, is, was, and finally where. So these are the words. And teachers, on the next slide, we already have the answers. So imagine you're creating this activity and you want to do it with the whole class. It's totally possible. You can showcase and display this slide clearly on the interactive board during your slide presentation and invite and encourage the students to stand up. One by one, they can fill in and look for the word. And also the slide presentation can definitely be used as a form of assessment. This specific interactive activity within the presentation can indeed be used as a form of assessment, which is something exceptionally fascinating and valuable to consider when we discuss the various aspects of continuous evaluation of our students. Now, I want to create something different. I want to create something even more innovative, something that my students, they can really feel like they are an integral part of this class. So by clicking on new slide, I'm going to choose the quiz topic. And teachers, why is this quiz so important? Why am I talking so much about this quiz? Why is it so important to have interactive slides? Why? As I mentioned earlier in our discussion, students really should and definitely can perform a thorough self-assessment of their own individual learning process. In other words, instead of simply having that standard automatic class where students are just sitting there taking notes or just watching the slide presentation, they can actually check their own learning progress through a quick quiz. So for this specific quiz here, I am going to keep it very simple and straightforward for everyone with what I want to include in the quiz, which is the primary subject, and then I'll create it. And from there, the AI will generate this screen for me, this new slide. And this brand new slide is very interesting. Why? Because it's not just a simple slide, but actually a fully interactive way, really a fun game for our students to enjoy. So your students can easily log in on their own mobile phones. If they have access to phones, they can enter this specific link here and join with this unique code, and each of your individual students can fill it out and participate in the activity right now, right from their seats on their own phones. So look how cool this is. Teachers, did you know you could do this inside Teach? Leave a comment below. It's amazing, isn't it? So this versatile tool is really great to include in your slides. It works not only as a quick assessment tool or an active engagement tool in the middle of an activity or as an activity itself, but it is also incredibly useful in your student's own personal learning journey. So right here, we can simply click on this button, this white button labeled presentation to begin. You can show your students this is what they'll be seeing. And then you can simply ask them to go to this specific link and enter using the provided code. And by clicking here, there's also a QR code where they can join in the fun and gather together to play, where each and every student will have their own individual score and they'll be able to answer on their own mobile phones. Whether the answer is A, B, C, or D, teachers will find this to be a very interesting and highly effective way to use Teach. This is because our students truly feel like they are active and valued members of the class as a whole. They feel like they are part of a vibrant, collaborative learning community where they can grow. The teacher's explanation. So teachers, right here in my hand, I have my mobile phone, okay? I have already joined the class. I entered using the invitation link. So let me see if I can show you exactly how it looks. I joined with the link, and this is the screen your students will see. Exactly this one. Here is the question. So this is what your students will see. Here is the question, and here are the answers. So I'm going to pick a random answer here. I'm going to wait for a moment because the teacher is able to display all of the correct answers. So here is the result. Everything that was shown on that specific display appeared exactly the same way on the student's individual screen as well. Exactly the same thing. So here, by clicking this yellow button, you can see the results. So here is the final result I chose. And here is the actual correct result. So you can analyze the answer by student or the student's answers overall. And it's also a great technique to understand and see what level your students are at with the content. Is it necessary to do a review? How can this review be done? So remember, this here is a slide presentation, teacher. So it's a dynamic, interactive slide presentation, which is truly fun. It is a compelling element that your students will be genuinely focused on and truly excited to participate in. Because creating this specific environment of competition, a healthy, constructive competition, is incredibly engaging for everyone involved. This is especially true when we combine the slide presentation with this specific technique, which is incredibly engaging. So we can keep presenting our slides and we can easily go back whenever necessary. In other words, it really is a powerful and great ally when we talk about professional slide presentations. Right after this, teacher, you can take a closer look. There are slides that display various types of data and key phrases. We've also already taken a look at the interactive timeline. So if you're teaching a detailed history class or a geography class, you can use these tables, which are perfect for a wide range of different educational topics. Topics with images, just topics, text with image and text, or by clicking this little button right here. You can create a blank slide. In other words, if you want to use all the tools we've just discovered, this is exactly where you'll click. So you can easily enlarge, you can reduce, and you can really create a professional slide from scratch. Create a slide exactly however you want. Try adding high-quality images, adding engaging videos, or even adding complex tables. This entire slide presentation has been fully created for your use, and it can be easily customized by you at any time. Dear teacher, completely. Look at that. And it's really easy then. This accessibility in creation is incredibly simple and remarkably straightforward. I am simply clicking through the various options. So here I can choose absolutely anything and I'll have images. And in a very easy way, I just keep clicking and the artificial intelligence itself searches for me, or it provides me with a variety of creative suggestions and new ideas. So here I chose a GIF. I can add a GIF here as well. Teachers, the creative ideas and endless possibilities within these slides are many, and they are truly varied. Now, let's say my slide presentation is completely finished, but I want to remove a specific slide. Simply by right-clicking, you can remove a slide, move it up, move it down, or permanently delete it from the deck. So I'm going to remove this slide, and that's it. Let's say now I have to present I'm in the middle of my class and I want to present just by clicking the button, present blank. Here you have access to your slide presentation, but you can also add it to a lesson within Teach. So if you use Teach, you probably already know what it means to create a lesson within Teach. If not, keep an eye on our live streams because we're always teaching. And here you can download it either as a PDF or as a PowerPoint file. You can share it with your students, with your colleagues, with everyone, with friends. Remember that each person who accesses your material will earn 400. You will earn 400 credits. So when someone accesses the link to your material and creates an account on Teach, you earn 400 credits, which is enough to create a lot of things. Teacher, you can also send it to students. So if you have students logged into Teach, students within Teach, you can send it to them as well. It's a powerful tool and a very simple way as well to integrate modern technology into your students' daily lives and save even more of your valuable time. In addition to this, teachers, you can develop and produce other additional complementary learning materials. You can also create a lesson to supplement the existing curriculum. So if I click on Add Lesson and create a new lesson, it will be added as a lesson. So I can put here that the name of my lesson is Verb Subir, and the main section is to put the number 1, since it's the first lesson, the first section. I can write whatever I want. And this here, folks, is a lesson within Teach. It's a lesson within Teach, and you can add more content. In other words, you can create content with artificial intelligence. You can also add materials that you created. You can use materials from our community, which has over 1 million materials reviewed and created by teachers from all over the world. Or you can also upload your own material. So let's say, in addition to this slide presentation, I would also like to create a post-presentation activity. So I have decided to go with the flashcard tool, which are those small study cards, right? Where one side has the answer and the other side has the question and vice versa. I can choose the topic, which specific class it will be for, the exact number of flashcards, and the study mode, whether it will be question and answer, true or false, or yes or no, and then create the answer. I can even define who I am in the language of the material. So guys, look at this. In just a minute, I have another material created for my class. In other words, I can start a class with these slides, which are really engaging with activities, and to wrap up as a way to close the lesson, or even as a form of assessment, I can create flashcards. So right here, I can clearly see exactly how the flashcard works and what each of the specific questions are. Looking over here at the side panel, I can modify and edit each of these specific questions. I can also easily incorporate additional flashcards, and I can add the lesson, which is the actual lesson we are already in the process of creating, our verb to be lesson. So teachers, here we have, oops, I added it too many times. Here we have our lesson and we have our slides where we built every single element entirely from scratch. We started with the simplest and edited, customized it in the best way possible. And as a special added bonus, we have carefully developed a flashcard activity, which can also be used as a slide presentation, but mainly will serve as an interactive engagement resource for your students. So teachers, I strongly encourage you to come here to Teach and really explore everything we have, because this is just one of hundreds of other creative ideas you can build here on Teach. With more than 60 different tools and lots of really cool, innovative things to explore here inside the Teach platform, you will find so much to inspire your students. So teacher, if you have any questions, leave them here in the comments and I'll be answering you, okay? And remember, we have a discount coupon. That's right, teachers. There's a discount coupon for you. So this is the coupon here, youtube.com10, YouTube number 10. With this discount coupon, you get 10% off at TT. That's right, 10% off at Tite. And now, fellow teachers, as we begin to wrap things up here today, let's take a moment to talk a little more about your presentation slides and their immense importance in the classroom. So if you are looking to go much deeper into this specific topic, into any slide, You can ask the artificial intelligence to simplify it. You can add examples. You can include questions for the students. You can also adapt the language, that is, make it easier or more difficult. This will help when the class needs a more accessible explanation or when the class is at a higher level of understanding. You can also modify and adjust the content for other grade levels. In other words, you can adapt it for elementary school, simplify the same slide for younger students, or provide more in-depth analysis for high school. This is code C. And teachers, here are some helpful tips for you to create better slides. First of all, it's always very important to analyze the specific amount of text is necessary per slide, so keep only the minimum needed to maintain your students' engagement. Prefer using concrete examples. So Teach itself already provides activities and concrete examples that connect with the students' daily lives. Include questions for the students and always carry out activities or reflections. Engagement activities or reflection questions. Slides are visual aids. They are not text for reading. So the lesson, it's absolutely essential that they are highly visual for our students. And if you want to try this out in practice to actually make slides, you can use TIT's artificial intelligence. Here is its name. Just type TIT AI into your browser and you'll get there. To automatically generate slides, create activities, design tests, and develop lesson plans in just a few minutes for any busy teacher. So this is an incredible opportunity. And we have a discount coupon. So the discount coupon is YouTube 10 if you want to join Teach Premium. Thank you so much to everyone who joined today's live session. Next week, we will have more live sessions. So every week we have live sessions here on the Teach channel. Please like this video, and if you want, follow us across our social media, because we're always posting fresh new updates, activities, and helpful resources that can support you on your journey as a teacher. Hi, teachers. Thank you so much for your time today. I'll see you at the next live session. Leave a comment below letting us know what you thought about today's topic. If you want more topics like this, covering everything from beginner to advanced in PAT tools. So today we started with slides, and I hope to see you at the next live session. See you soon. And about the certificate, it will now be in the description for you. Fill it out and you will receive your certificate in your email within 10 days. Okay, everyone? So in 10 days, you will receive your certificate in your email. Thank you so much for your partnership and for being here today. I hope you have a great rest of your week. See you soon. Bye-bye, teachers.